Hey, welcome back. How you all doing? Hope you're all well. If you watched yesterday's video, you've seen that Tabitha got 2 coats on this wall.
Yep.
1 coat on the back wall and 1 coat on one of the doors at the back. What I'm going to be doing today is trying to figure out how to mount the roof bars up there. Basically, I need to find some metal, like pressure plates, that kind of spread the pressure so that I can stick on the underside of the van, on the inside, when I bolt it down. I'll speak about that in a bit. Tabitha's going to crack on and get more coats on the van.
Yes, I think it's going to need 3 coats because I did 2 coats on this side and it's looking good, but it could do with 1 more coat.
I don't know if you can see.
So that's my job. Hopefully I can get it done today.
Yeah, and then I'm going to go back in the tool shed and actually go on a hunt, to be fair, because I need a hunt for some metal. Hopefully there's some lying around the farm somewhere. We've been told of a couple of bits that we might be able to pinch, so I need to go and find that and see if it's adequate for the job. Hopefully it is, else we're going to have to take a trip out sometimes to figure it all out. And because obviously we've never done this sort of roof rack with a Unistrut, and because I'm just going to bolt it straight through the roof, it's a bit more like complicated, or I'm having to find things as I go and try and figure out as I go as well. So I'm going to crack on and see if I can find some bits and try and figure it out, because that's really what's holding us up now. So once the roof rack's on, we can mount solar panels and we can start doing the electrics. So it's really the roof rack that's kind of holding us up. And another task on my to-do list is to recut these 2 panels, because as you can see, they're wonky. So we need to replace them before Tabitha can paint this door as well. Alright, so I thought I'd come and explain what I meant by like the pressure plates on the inside and stuff, because I don't think I explained it really that well. But I'm not going to get on with the wood slats or anything until basically after I've sorted this out, because this is more important. So I'm down now at the Unistruts that we painted. So they're obviously ready to go. But when I bolt in, I'm going to bolt straight through, and then like think this is the floor, the roof, sorry. I'm going to bolt straight through the roof, and on the underside, I'm going to like obviously bolt it on. But I don't just want like a bolt on the inside, because that's a very small surface area for like the pressure when wind gets under the panels and all sorts of stuff like that. So I want like a big sheet of metal underneath on the inside of the van that can spread the pressure. So when it gets pulled against it, it's pulling against the biggest surface area. So that's the idea. I just need something strong enough and big enough that obviously can do the job. So I need to go and hunt around and see what I can find. Anything here? I don't think there is. Oh, bat fell over in there. Careful. There's just wood and stuff here. Don't look like there's anything under here. What's that? No, that's plastic. No, nothing in there. Aha, I see metal. Let's climb over this fence and see what's over there. Alright, so we have this. How thick is that? That's pretty flimsy. But maybe if I cut a few sheets out of this, because that's wide enough, I think. That's wide enough what I need. If I cut a few strips about that long and about that, and then stack a few of them up, that might work. At least that's a possibility and an option. So that's a good find, that is. This is what we was told was laying about somewhere on the farm. So yeah, this might work. I will have a look around though and see if I can find anything else, because it'd be nicer if it was just a bit thicker, because the idea of stacking this up is okay, but I'm just like worried about a leak or something. And even though it shouldn't be, because obviously I should seal it perfectly on top of the roof, so there shouldn't be any leaks anyway, I'm still a bit worried, so I'll keep having a look and see if there's anything else I can find. I found this. Now this is a bit thicker, seems a bit stronger, and it's kind of just shoved down the side of a container, so that might actually do the trick. I need to go and ask if I can use it though, because I can't just pinch it obviously. So I'm going to ask to see if I can use this, because this might be better. What's the underside like? Oh, yeah, it's just kind of painted white. That might actually do the trick. So I might have to like stack that up. That should be strong enough, I think, just on its own. Yeah, I'll have a quick look around, see if there's any more of this or anything else, but I think I might use this. We'll see if I'm allowed to or not. Alright, so I've just found this, and I just remembered this is what we cut out of the van when we cut the hole for the bulkhead. And this is pretty thick steel. I think it's steel. That's pretty thick. So I might be able to cut this up into strips and then cut it down into like little, I don't know, about that big, say. And that might actually do the trick. And then it means I ain't got to use anything on the farm, which means it's all there for someone else to use when they're actually doing farm work. and they might be able to reuse this. So I'm going to take this in, I think, and cut it into strips. So I'll cut down that line there and then cut that into loads of little strips same size, and basically I'm just going to chop it all up and cut them into little like rectangle bits to obviously add as pressure plates for underneath the roof. But that might actually be a great find, and good job we kept it, because we was actually going to take that to the scrap man, but we didn't, so good job we didn't. Right, so I've cut 6 pieces out. Well, I've actually cut 12 pieces out, but I'm going to double them up, and then so I've got 6 pieces. So I'm going to put 3 bolts in each roof bar, and I think that'll be enough, because there's only 3 mounting points anyway on the roof that would have normally been used, so 3 bolts should be fine. And these, pretty sure should be fine. When you put them together, they're solid. So obviously what I'm going to do now is I need to like just grind off the edges, just because they are rough, obviously, because I've just been using a cutting disc. I'm always thinking about stacking on 3 thick, but I've run out of cutting discs, so I can't do that. And 2 seems more than sturdy enough. Look, it don't bend that way, and it may bend, it bends a little bit that way, but I don't think that should be much at all. I think that should be more than enough, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, I'm just going to grind all the edges down now, so they've not got any of these sharp like burrs and stuff on them. Take that off, and then pretty much they're ready to be cleaned up. I might spray them, but they are inside, so they shouldn't obviously get like really any moisture on them anyway. So yeah, I might spray them, I might not. And then I just need to kind of cut a hole in the center of them, like a 10mm hole. I'll probably do maybe 11mm or something, so it's a bit bigger than the actual bolt. So yeah, if I cut it around 10mm, maybe a little bit bigger, then the bolt should be able to slide through, obviously from the underside. And then I've got like a big ring washer on this side, and then obviously the nut will go on, and then tying it up to the roof. So it's getting there. To be honest, I spent more time actually trying to find grinding or cutting discs than I did actually doing the cutting. Yeah, so it was a bit tedious, but done now. Now I just need to tidy them up, and then I'm pretty sure we're going to call it there, because Tabitha's putting on the second coat, I think now. I'll take you out there after I've done this anyway, and I'll show you how the van's looking now, because it's looking really nice. Like the first coat, you can still see the wood through it, but yeah, now she's on the second and just starting the third, I think she is. Yeah, it's definitely building up, and you can't really see the wood that much now, so it's looking sweet. Yeah, look, so the last cutting disc I was using, I had to take the guard off and everything, look how small it was. It did the job, but not the safest. But I've got all my fingers intact and stuff, so we're all good, but I won't recommend doing that normally. But yeah, that's all them all cut out and on the floor. I think they should be fine. Like I said, I just need to go and grind all the edges off now and make them nice and smooth. Alright, so in the end I actually had to use a hand file, because the grinder on the angle grinder was just too vicious, and this metal was obviously not the thickest, and it was just kind of bending it and stuff. So I ended up switching to the hand file, and that was fine. It was just a bit more of an effort really, obviously, because you have to put a bit of elbow grease into it instead. But they're all done now. That's all of them filed down and smoothish, you know, I mean, smooth enough at the end of the day. They're not going to be touched or anything like that. That are going behind insulation and stuff, so it doesn't really matter. But that's it for today. So we've got them done. Tabitha's done the painting, but I'm not going to end the video here because it's too dark outside, so I can't show you the painting that she's done. So I'll show you that tomorrow and then end the video there. But we are kind of calling it quits for tonight. We're going to take Rocky for a walk. It's pitch black outside, so there's no point taking the camera or anything because you won't see anything. So tomorrow's task will be cutting holes in these, and then Tabitha's got some more painting to do, and then it's kind of just waiting for the mastic tape to come, because we need some of that to put like where we put the hole in the van. We're going to put some mastic tape around it, and then some Sikaflex as well, just to try and make sure it's properly watertight. So we can't do anything until that's arrived, really. So right now, this is about as far as we can get. There's a couple of little bits that we'll try and get done tomorrow, and then hopefully the mastic tape can be here anywhere from tomorrow for the next few days, but hopefully it arrives tomorrow. So I'll update you tomorrow when we actually look at the inside of the van and see how much paint Tabitha's got done. And see what it actually looks like. So we'll see you tomorrow. Right, so it's the next day, and like I said, we'll actually show you the van now. It's lighting, you can actually see what's going on. So she's done another 2 paints on this side, because it should only do 1 coat obviously on the whole van, but this side's had 2 coats now. So if you come close, you can't see the wood or anything through it, so it's like really nice coat. So it's took 3 coats to get to that stage, and that's how we're going to get it all over the van. So that's had 2 coats, and you can still see a bit of the wood showing through it. I don't know if you can on camera, but you can with your eyes. So we need to do a 3rd coat on that side, and then we still need to do that back door as well with a 3rd coat. That's had a 2nd coat, and obviously we haven't done this one yet because I haven't actually sorted out them 2 slats. So there will be tomorrow's job as well. But for today, we are going to end it, even though it's over 2 days, but it's still a daily vlog, I suppose. So we're going to end the video anyway. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow.